Pennies and People, presented by Summit Sciences. When people are together, their pennies start to equalize. It's like a giant scale being in the room that calls out to be balanced. If a person has 2 pennies, they're feeling terrible, they're at the end of their leash. And another person walks into the room with 8 pennies who's feeling great, eventually their pennies will equalize to where they both have 5. If you are an extrovert, you will gain pennies faster and lose pennies slower in this equalization. If you are an introvert, you're going to lose your pennies faster and gain them slower in the equalization. Introverts need to be careful to monitor their pennies when around other people. As a hero, healer, and caregiver, your pennies are shared with the people around you every day. Sometimes these people are in a terrible mood. Often this is on the worst day of their year. These people can be penny thieves. They sneak in, get your pennies, and before you even know it, they're gone. Does this mean they're bad people? No. It just means they're in a bad state on the day you meet them. Once you know what to watch for, there is an amazing way to protect yourself. If you see somebody in a bad state, if you recognize somebody is penniless, before they steal your pennies, follow these steps. Work to understand their pain or the state that they're in. Empathize deeply with what they are going through as a fellow human. Develop compassion and a deep, true desire to help them out. Then, decide to give them all the help that you can, but no more than you can afford. Give them a gift of energy. What? How is this possible? How is this any different than them stealing the pennies in the first place? Penny theft releases adrenaline and cortisol that block your system from regulating and restoring the pennies that have been stolen from you. When you understand a fellow human, you connect with them, you care for them, and you decide to help them, your brain tops up your pennies. The deeper you're able to care for them, the more pennies your system will release. Deciding to give your pennies as a gift to a fellow human releases a new penny dose. What is a dose? It's dopamine. Instantly, you will feel good for deciding to help this person out. Oxytocin, a deep feeling of connection to the people around you. This includes not only your patients, but your loved ones at home. Serotonin produces a deep sense of well-being and a total sense of happiness in your life. Endorphins, powerful pain management to help you handle all of those aches and pains you've collected over the course of your life, and a sense of euphoria. Penny gifting is completely different than penny theft. Just like weight training to build strength and endurance, the more you exercise giving pennies, the bigger the dose your body will create for you the next day. The more pennies you practice giving, the more you're going to get. Soon you will be stronger and more resilient than you ever thought possible. One small warning. Watch out for penny debt. If you give away more pennies than your body can produce, you go into penny debt, and every day your body produces less and less energy. If you give everything you have, you get more. If you give more than you have, your body stops energizing you. What have we learned about pennies and people? Your pennies equalize with the people you were around. Many patients are at their lowest penny day of the year when you meet them. Recognize penny thieves early and practice giving pennies in a way that gives you a strong dose. And finally, if you give more pennies than you have, your system is going to stop recovering and you'll become weaker. Following these principles will give you the pennies you need to care for the people who depend on you every day.